What is up, everybody? This is Mike Mangui here with a no spoiler 5-minute review of The Last of Us 2. Graphics. Coming off the end of a console generation, there's no doubt that The Last of Us 2 maximizes the potential of the PlayStation Pro, especially in HDR. The game simply looks beautiful. The cinematography is also on point, displaying beautiful landscape in both rural and urban areas, realistically looking and moving water, plant life, and animals. The character models have tremendous details, however the game does suffer from reutilization of character assets of both NPC baddies and infected. Many of the mobs you face, particularly in the human side, come off very repetitive. It does take away a bit from the immersion. I rate the graphics a 9 out of 10. Sound and music. The music throughout the game definitely sets the tone and pace. It's utilized freely throughout cutscenes, but also alerting you of tense situations. For example, when you have an infected on your ass or when you kill the last enemy. The weapons sound great from when you're getting shot or doing the shooting. Hearing an arrow fly through the air as it hits your target is incredibly pleasing. The game utilizes sound smartly when identifying best routes or even cracking a safe. I rate the sound a 10 out of 10. Gameplay. There's no doubt that the Last of Us formula is in full effect here. The game plays very similarly to the first iteration, and that's not a bad thing. Naughty Dog did a great job of keeping the game grounded to the first. Moving your character, shooting, running, jumping, all feel great. However, the game does suffer from repetitive tasks in the crafting system. While the system is more robust than the first, the way you upgrade your talents or weapons just seem outdated. I was not able to fully upgrade my character on the first playthrough. I'm not sure if that was my lack of finding materials or if by design. This wasn't so much of a problem as far as beating the game, but it just felt like I didn't reach my fullest potential. I rate this gameplay a 9 out of 10. Story. The real reason we all bought this game is the captivating story that The Last of Us brought to us. Post-apocalyptic US, a smuggler travels across the country to get a girl who potentially might be the cure to preventing the end of the human race to an organization. His defiance towards that organization, who could only create this cure by sacrificing the girl's life, which he's grown to love and care about, was a very original and interesting story. The Last of Us 2 follows the aftermath of those decisions. Without giving too much away, I have to say that it's filled with twists and turns we would expect. However, Naughty Dog attempts to give you the antagonist's perspective after feeding you one bias throughout half the game. I understand why they did it and what they were trying to do, but it just didn't work for me. You have to remember, we've grown to like and care for our protagonists from the first game. To put us against them so late in the story seems counterintuitive and unfulfilling. There are two sides to a story, I get it. I just didn't care at that point. Partly because by the time we get to experience the antagonist, I absolutely hate them. After seeing their viewpoint, it didn't make a difference for me. I still wanted them dead. The ending was also anticlimactic and had me wanting more. This is likely a setup for The Last of Us 3. I rate the story a 7 out of 10. Fun factor. Genuinely, did I have fun playing this game? I would say yes, with a but. The game is very linear, and for some people, they don't mind that. I enjoy open world games. I enjoy games that give you freedom and choices. I did feel like the game gave you some freedom to approach a situation, but it was very binary. I either stealth in and silently kill people in my way, or go guns blazing and kill everyone. Sure, you choose your weapon, but I wanted more choices. More ways to interact with the environment, for example. There were a couple areas that felt large and gave you different paths, but for the most part, you went the way the game told you to go. There was also an upgrade that felt like a missed opportunity, and that's a scope on the rifle. You got to shoot some infected during a tutorial piece, but that was pretty much it. The scope on the rifle was never really used again. And back to my point of not having the option to use it, largely because of the linearity and sizes of the areas you played in. I rate the fun factor an 8 out of 10. Conclusion. All in all, The Last of Us 2 is a good game and worth your time. There were moments of extreme discomfort and moments of extreme joy, but only a sliver. Only a few times I find myself saying, I've never done this in a game before. I wish there were more of those moments, and I wish the story was much more expansive. However, the game is fun to play. My favorite part has to be the diverse weaponry. Shooting an infected with an arrow from 50 feet is extremely satisfying. My rating for The Last of Us 2 is an 8.6 out of 10. If you enjoyed this review and want to see more, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. If you felt differently on any of my points, please let me know in the comments below.
I mean, that area's long overdue for a sweep anyway. I can keep watch.
What do you say, kiddo?
Sure.
And that's our cue.